day, students. I am Mr. Edo Triumph, your lecturer in Basic Information Technology Skills. I'm going to take you through another lesson. This time around, we're going to focus on database management. Database management. Database management softwares are used in creating and managing a database. A database simply means an integration of different files, related files. I give you an example of a database. If you go to Ministry of Home Affairs, there you can find details of all Namibians and all foreigners in the country. It means all information about everybody residing in our beloved country, Namibia, are organized and stored in a particular place. That is a database. Every organization has gotten a database. So, how can a database be created and be managed? We are going to learn this in Microsoft Access, because Microsoft Access is an example of a database software all package. There are others too. We have DB3, that is database 3, database 4, database 5. You have SQL also. But in this class, I'm going to take you through Microsoft Access, how it can be used in creating a database and how you can manage the database. It's a practical-oriented class, so get your computer ready. Boot it, that is, put it on. Let us learn how to use Microsoft Access. To start using Microsoft Access, move your mouse to Start, click All Programs. Then you go to Microsoft Office. Remember, I introduced and I told you we are going to use Access 2007. So you click. Here we are. This is Microsoft Access. All what you can see here, all these, they are templates. Templates, database templates. Template means already designed format from Microsoft Word for you to use. For instance, now a database template for students has been created. All what you need to do is to change the data that are there. But I'm not going to explain to you or advise you to be using template all the time, because you can get to a place or go for an interview where you might not be required or permitted to use templates. So let us create a blank database of our own. So to start using Microsoft Access, you click on the blank database, just as I do it now. Right? Now you come to a file name. Access automatically suggests a name for you. Here is asking me to use database 1. If you wish to use that, fine. But if not, give it a name of your choice. So I'm going to call it students. So my database name, file name, is students. Haven't typed the name, you click create. If you look up, you can see the name there, student database. Like every other software, there are menus. You have the home menu, create, external data, database tools, data sheet. Here in database, we have what is called tables. Table. A table consists of a feed. So this is a feed. This is another feed. We're going to see how to work with those feeds later. Then you have records. Record is an information about a particular data or a person. So we're going to, this is a record, this is a feed. Remember in Excel, we call these columns, but here it is called feed. In Excel, we call this row, but here it is called record. So we're going to create a table. That is the first thing to be created in a database. To create a table. In your table, the records will be there. So you click, you go to view here. Under home, go to view. Here we have design view. Okay. Then Microsoft Access prompts you to give the table a name, because in a particular database, in one database, you can have as many tables as possible. So each table has to be given a name. Here is prompting me to name the first table, table 1. You can use it, you can change the name. But let's leave it and use it as table 1. Click OK. Here, I have the table. I'm going to specify all the feeds that I need in my database. But Microsoft Access create one table, the first feed for you automatically. The first feed here is ID. You can change it if you wish. It serves as an identification. Beside it here, can you see something that looks like a key? So among the feed you are going to have, one of them is going to serve as primary key. The primary key is used for an identification. So this is going to be my primary key. Here you have data type. That is, what type of data will that feed be? I open it. Is it going to be text, memo, number, date, currency? If I select text as my data type for a particular feed, I can only type text, that is alphabet, into that feed. If I type numbers, it will reject it. But here, I want to set it to automatic numbering. That is, number that particular feed called ID automatically. Let us have another feed. Have the first one as name. Data type should be text. A name should be alphabet. Fine. So I'm setting up my data type here as text. Let me have another feed. Class. Data type, let it be numbers. Let us have another feed. Age. Data type, what do you think it should be? Let it be number. Let us have another feed. Let's call it cell phone number. Let us have it as number. Let Let us have another one called city. That should be text. Here where you have age, if you like, you can use it as number. You can set it also as date and time, because we are talking about age. Fine. What have I done here? I've created feeds. I have a feed called ID, identification, name, class, age, cell phone number, city. Each of them are already set according to their data types. All these feeds are in a table called table 1. Haven't done that, you can close. It asks you, do you want to save the changes you have made to table 1? Yes. It's closed. Look at here. In my database, I have gotten one table. Click on it. Here are the feeds I created. So, I can enter data into them now. Name, maybe I have Joy John. Class, probably is in grade 10. Age, if I type 10 years, guess what is going to happen? Guess what is going to happen? It's complaining. The value you entering does not match the data type. Remember, the data type selected for age when I was selecting my data type was what? It was numbers. Hence, it will reject it. So it must be the data type. So age, I have 20. Cell phone, enter the cell phones there. City, let's have Windhoek. Fine. Come to the second record. I have created the first record here. Now I'm creating the second record. I have Peter James. Class, probably grade 8. Age, 15. Cell phone number. Pull the cell phone number there. City, Rundu. Now, I'm creating the third record. Remember, here is numbering it automatically because the data type I selected for ID feed is auto numbering. Hence, it's numbering it automatically. Now, I want to create the third record. Here, I have Maria Edu. Class, lesson 9. Age, let's give 17. Cell phone number, let's have this as cell phone number. City, Windhoek. I'm going to create 5 records here. Let's go to the fourth one. I have Salmi Triumph. Age, let's give this 20. Class rather. Class we have 10. Age, let's have, okay, we haven't got it 120. Let us give this 10. Cell phone number, we have this. City, let's have Wavis Bay. The fifth record now. Okay, let's call this De Silva Pedro. Class, let us have this as grade 8. Age, I call this, let us have this as 9. Cell phone number, again, What am I doing? I'm creating a database now. First, you create the table as I told you, then you create the tables now. Now, city, let us have this as Rundu. So I have created a table now. I have to save. Control X. Control S, remember the shortcut to save. To save all these records inside this table here. Basically, we are going to look at 4 components of a database: creating a table, running a query, creating forms, and generating a report. We have seen how to create a table now. But before then, before going into queries, like Microsoft Excel also, the width of these columns can be adjusted, just as you can see me doing that. Can be adjusted. You can delete, you can insert. Probably I will talk more about that later. Now let us see how to run a query. Query in Microsoft Access is all about questioning a database. Probably you want to see just a particular record of a particular person in a database, to display just the record of a particular person in that database, not necessarily everybody. Let us now run a query of this database called students. Go to create. From create menu, here you have queries. You have a query wizard, you have query design. A wizard is a program that performs certain tasks for a user. Let me use the query design here. Next time, I will explain to you how to use a wizard, probably under forms. Let us use query design. You click on query design. Here it comes. You have to select the source of the data to be queried. My data to be queried are coming from table 1. Here you can see queries, which means a query can be queried. But here my data to be used in querying are coming from table 1. Then you say add. You can close it here. Here, what are the fields you want to query? My ID, the name, class, age, cell phone number, and city. I want Microsoft Access to display only learners or students that reside in the city called Windhoek. So I'm going to query this now. Here you have the criteria. You specify the criteria to be used. If the criteria to be used is alphabets, that is words, type the quotation signs from your keyboard. Here I have Windhoek. Please take note, it is case sensitive. If my Windhoek I type while creating my table is typed in capital letter, while querying it must be in capital letter. If it was in small letter, while querying it must be in small letter. That's why I said it is case sensitive. So I have typed that now, Windhoek. Then you move up here, you click on run, that is run the query. Let us do it. Look at it. It has brought out only students that reside in Windhoek because I use these as my querying criteria. It is called query 1. You can save it. Ctrl S, save it as query 1. Close it. Let us run another query again. Remember, I go back to create. I use query, design query, table, that is where my queries data are coming from. Add, close it. Select the feed ID from where? Table 1. Name from where? Same table 1. Class from where? Same table 1. Age from where? Same table 1. Cell phone from where? Same table 1. City from where? Table 1. Now I'm going to query using age now. Here, I'm going to say it should display only those that are less than 15 years. You can combine your operators. Remember the relational operators. Greater than, less than, equal to, greater than or equal to. You can combine them here. But here I'm going to say less than 15 years. Then I run. I have 2 that are less than 15 years from the table. It means others are above 15 years. This is how to run a query in a database. You can save this also. This is going to be query 2 because this is the second query I'm running. Okay. I close. Next, we're going to see how to create a form. Go back to create. A form displays record of an individual one after the other. One after the other. If you want to see the record of an individual one after the other, then what must you do? You create a form. Okay? This time around, here from create, you have form. Remember, we have we have tables, forms, reports, queries. Here I'm going to create a form. I'm going to use a wizard this time around so you can see how a wizard can be used also. So I click on form wizard. Here I am. Select the source of the data to be used. Click here. Remember, I created table 1. I ran the first query. I ran the second query. But I want to use my table as source. Now I have these are the feeds in my table. Do you want all these feeds appear in that form? If yes, you click on this double greater than sign. All are selected. I can return them. If you're going to select some, probably just the name, can you see? Cell phone number, city, fine. That is, if not all of them are required, you can return if desired. But in our case, I'm going to select all the feeds. That is, all these feeds to be used. Then you click next. Can you see how a wizard works? What type of layout will you want your form to be? You have the columnar, tabular, data sheet, justified. It's your choice or has been directed by your boss. Let us use the first one. Then say next. What style will you want it to be? As I said, here equally is your choice. Select one. Then you say next. Here, what title will you want for your form? What title do you want for your form? You specify. When you are done with that, say finish. The form is created. Can you see? This is the form for the first record. It displays only that person. Move down here. Can you see record 1 of 5? So I can move to the next record. Okay, this is Peter James, the next record. You can move to the next record. Next record. Next record. I only have 5 records. So what I've done here is I've created a form. Remember to always save your work. Then you can close. Last, we're going to see how to get a report. You click on create. A report will display the whole data in that database. To generate a report, you click on report wizard here. You can use report design or any other blank report to design. Let us use the report wizard. Select the source. As you can see, okay, I'm using tables. Same thing applies here. You nest it. These are going to be the feed in my report. If we are okay with that, then you say nest it. One thing here also that you can sort feed. If I want the name sorted in alphabetical order, select. That will be ascending. The same thing applies to every other thing here. Age, descending or ascending, as you want it to be, or as you are directed by your boss. Then you nest it. How the layout in tabular form, columnar form, justify as you want it to be. Then landscape or portrait. Next, the style is a choice here too. Pick any. Next, call it a name. It suggests a name from you as usual, but you can change the name if you wish. I call it report 1. Then finish. It creates a report for you. This is the report from my database here. So if you look at my database now, students database, I created a form, I have queries, I created tables, I have queries, I have forms, I have reports in a database. You can equally perform other operations. You can sort data here on that table. If, for instance, I want to sort the data in ascending order here, click on this button here. I take it again. On this very button, this comes out. Sort A to Z, that is ascending. Click on it. Can you see? Arrange alphabetically in descending order. And when you do that, it picks the entire record along. These are some of the basic operations you can perform in a database. You can add a new record here. You can delete. If you want to delete a record, click on that record, then you can delete that record. Right click. Can you see? Delete. Off it goes. Are you about to delete record 1? Are you sure? If you are so sure, yes, fine, it goes. The same thing here. You can remove also a feed. Okay, you can delete a feed here. Here it goes. I click on delete. Are you sure you want to take away that feed called name? Yes. He's gone. So Remember I said you can adjust, you can reduce it, you can increase. That is how to work on Microsoft Access.